Hiya, it's Andy from Kizzy's Adventures here. Not been on for a long time, so thought I'd just knock out a quick video telling you where we're at. Van's been in storage for a couple of months. We keep it in storage, but we've got a lot going on at the minute. As you can see, we are selling our house. One of the main reasons we're selling it is in order to be able to park the van on the drive. I know that's a bit drastic, and we can park it on this drive, but obviously it takes up the whole of the drive. We can't get the other cars on. We don't think it's fair on the neighbours, that type of thing. So yeah, a little bit life changing. Our family's got smaller, so this is a great big massive house with 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms. We don't need it anymore. So we're going in the same village but to a smaller house. So just thought I'd show you what's going on in the van, apart from setting the alarm off, obviously, which I'm always doing. And there's a lot of things to remember this time of year with your van. I'm no expert, but a few things I've done whilst it's been in storage. We store at a farm, well, not a farm, a garden centre. With a bit of land. It's only half a mile down the road, so when I collect it I'll walk down, and it's a great location. I might have mentioned it before, they've actually got guard geese which are far more effective than dogs, and they go for anyone that comes in the place, so it is quite a good place to store it. It cost me £30 a month, or costs us £30 a month, which is fine, but we would rather have it on our own drive where we can keep an eye on it. So I've just been and collected it. You'll see that we put some bowls of salt out. The bowls are a little bit damp, and that one's got some water in, so there is definitely a little bit of moisture about. I know everybody's feeling at the minute, but we all, I guess we all feel we're in limbo. I know we certainly do. Obviously with the COVID, you don't want to put anyone in danger. I know some people are going away, but we've sort of chosen really now to leave it till the new year. Plus we're moving house, so all that's it is sold, so all that's gonna happen in January. So we've got a lot going on. We're obviously storing a lot of the stuff out of the house in the Moho as well. So but we are looking forward to some good trips next year. We are wondering about fully retiring. We're sort of semi-retired at the moment. We both work 2.5 days. We could do it just. We're only mid to late 50s. We've got a bit of savings. We've got a few little private pensions, bits and bobs that we can live on until we hit state pension age, which we'll hoping will then see us fine. So we could last 10 years, but we don't have to be away all the time. A lot of people sell up and go away in the van. I don't know about that. I like to come home now and again, but it will be nice to do long trips. So if we're going to France and Spain, it'd be nice to do it in 6 to 8 weeks. If we're out there and we suddenly decide, oh, this is great, I don't want to go home yet, let's go to Croatia, then it'd be nice to have the flexibility to do that as well. We may need to work at odd points, so we might come home and get a bit of temporary work, but as it is, we're hoping, you know, subject to what happens with COVID and vaccinations and everything else, we'll get away for some longer trips. This is actually the weekend before Christmas, and you probably all know that the ferries and the tunnel to France has been closed anyway, so I think people can get back, but it's just one more thing that puts me off going, even if the tiers start dropping. So I think hopefully we'll all get vaccinated by about February, March, and we may be able to get away. That's what we're hoping anyway. So what I thought I'd do for the rest of this video is just show you a few of the modifications we've made to our van. If you didn't watch our video tour of our van, we've got a 6 metre Eldis Accordo 125. It's the Marquis version. It's got a fixed bed at the back that you can probably see. There was a few things we didn't really like in the van, so we thought we'd change. And I'll take you through some of those now. It might be of interest to you. You might get some ideas for doing some modifications in your own van. So here goes with number one. So here's one of the major modifications we made. That's a small table that is normally where the new table is, and that's what we use most of the time. It's not fantastic. It's well made, but you can just about get 2 plates on it, so when you're eating you're knocking each other off. You can put an extender on it, but the extender is very heavy and it's huge, and just let me sort of come round. It comes all the way across there to sort of the back of that chair, and it's just too big really. I think it's designed to get 4 people round, but we're never going to have 4 people round the table. So what we've done, we've took that table away. We've replaced that little one by this, which is basically a piece of MDF with the edges rounded off and a map of Europe on the top there with some Fablon over the top. Yeah, it just makes a nice little addition. It's a bit bigger, we can eat at it fine, we can play cards, Scrabble, all that sort of thing, which we did find quite difficult on that small table there. Okay, yeah, so you might get a bit of inspiration there. We use the same bracket underneath. You can see it actually pulls out like so. You can have it in all sorts of directions. And what we do when we want to watch TV, we put it right up in the corner there, put the TV in that corner. The wires at the back there are the power, and there's actually a coax there, but we very rarely use the antenna. We've got a fire stick, so we normally use that. And then obviously we swing the swivel chairs round and we can watch that quite comfortably. Some people love the telly when they're away. We very rarely put it on, to be honest. You're always busy, you do different things, don't you? You play games and you read and stuff like that. So yeah, that's the first mod. I hope that was of interest to you. Okay, so on to the second modification. Well, a collection of modifications really. Put some new curtains in the van. My wife made them. The other ones were sort of Marquis standard colours, and we had some bad experiences with Marquis, so anything with Marquis written on the side I didn't really want in the van. So we've put some of these things up. I'm sure lots of you have got loads of those. And then we also made a little backrest for when we're set up in bed. It pop rivets onto the back, so you can take it off and wash it if need be. Just as I was coming over to do this bit of video, I lifted something up that was on the bed, bearing in mind it's been in storage at a garden centre, and a huge spider sort of jumped out at me, and I've stuck that bowl on it. So if you want to have a quick look at him, here he is. Oh god. So I'll cover him up again. I don't like killing spiders, so I'll scoop him up and I'll throw him outside somewhere, and I'm sure he'll crawl straight back in the van again, which is defeating the object. So yeah, we've made the bedroom a little bit more usable by putting those things around there. Yeah, and just keep that spider under there. So the next modification that I've only recently done, we haven't actually been away with it like this, is I've put some lights in the wardrobe. I've just put that cushion in there for now, so I'll just take that out. So here's our wardrobe. It was a full length wardrobe, but we've put a couple of shelves in there, which makes it a bit more usable. But I put some lights in there, so I'm going to turn them on because then you'll be able to see the shelf properly. So they're the 2 shelves we put in, which are really useful. And so we've only got sort of half wardrobe, which is fine, everything fits in there. Here's a sign of the times, a mask hung up. We've also put a couple of hooks in there. So these lights, I bought them at one of the shows. They were about £5 for this long reel of lights. You may have seen these, and they're really cool. The sticky back, however, I still had to glue them on. and I'll put a switch in there, which I'll just show you that from the outside. There's the switch. Now I've took them either side, and then what I've done is gone through into the garage. So if I then want to light up the garage, this same set of lights also does that. Because it was a certain length and I didn't want to cut them, I wanted to use the whole lot, and the lighting in the garage wasn't that great. So what I'd done, I drilled through about there, and then I've took them through. This is another modification which I'll show you shortly, this door through to the garage, and then you can see that I've took them under there, and it makes it really well lit in the garage, which is obviously we love that garage. As I say, we're moving house, so I've got a lot of crap in the garage here, all Moho stuff, but stuff we don't really take away. Here's that dirty great big table I was telling you about. We keep that at home because it's heavy and cumbersome, so that was actually mounted up there, but what we've done now is we've just put the picnic table up there. So this door here, this is the next modification, if you like. This door was just a solid bit of wood with a small hole in the middle, so you could get through to the garage. You just stuck your hand through this gap, but it seemed a bit pointless to me. I was told that a lot of people use it to keep the little dogs in, so, and they'd maybe use under the bed, not as a garage, but somewhere to keep the dog, so the dog could come through the little hole. I just thought it was much more practical having a door on there, so what I've done is just got one bit of MDF. I cut a square out of it, I'm no joiner, and then just filed the door off a bit, put a couple of hinges on it, bought one of these things from a local spares dealer. We've got Magnum motorhomes in our town. I'm sure most people have probably heard of that. They're a great company. Every little thing you need for your van or your caravan and whatever they've got, and they do mail order, so that's quite useful as well. So yeah, that's a nice little addition to the van as well. So another little modification, I've built this little shelf unit with a couple of legs on it. You'll see what it's for in a second when I take you down there. There's a cupboard under the cooker, and if you look, it's a bit of a mess in there. It's got the pump right in the middle of the cupboard and a load of wire in there, and I don't like putting pans in there, so what I've done is made this cupboard, this shelving unit that basically, let's see if I can sort of slot it in as I'm filming at the same time, and it goes in there like so. It then splits off the pump, and it makes a separate little section there that isn't affected by the pump and all that, so perfect for some pans. It can go out the way, and it's not interfering with the pump and catching anything in there. So another little mod. So while we're here, we've also got this long cupboard. I know this isn't terrific filming now. Got this long cupboard here, and what we did was buy these little gadgets to go in. They weren't very much, they're about £6 each, I think, and they fit perfectly in there. You know, I'm guessing that thin cupboard is quite a standard size, because there's two little plastic bars that go along the side, and then the metal runner. There's still a shelf there as well, and then I've put another one there, and then we can still, again, there's a few bits under there. Down there is the hang on, just let me get some light. Down there is also the access. Under there, under the fly swat, is the hot water supply. It's underslung, our hot water, but the control panel lies flush along the floor where you reset it and that sort of thing. So again, didn't really want to stand anything heavy down there, so those little shelves have made a nice little addition. So I hope you found that little update interesting, just telling you a bit about where we're at and where we're travelling and that type of thing. Just to fill it out, a couple of additions that were made to our van to make it a bit more comfortable. As I say, we haven't made many videos lately because we haven't been anywhere, but just wanted to keep the momentum going by putting this out. Hopefully we'll get away again soon and get some videos out there. I won't say we've got a massive following, but we're approaching 500 subscribers. And obviously, since I've not been getting any videos out because of the situation, the subscribers have dropped off, which you would expect really. So I'm not doing it for subscribers. I just like to, it's nice for us to look back on what we've done, and if we can pass a few tips on to other people, that's great. If you like the channel, please subscribe. If you like this video, just give us a like, and you can press the notification bell on the little things that are coming along the bottom periodically to get notifications of any new videos that are coming out. Yeah, I guess I'm going to take the van back now to where it's stored for a couple of weeks, and then I'm guessing mid to late January, we're a couple of days off Christmas at the minute, we'll probably be moving, so we'll be able to get the van at the house with us, which will be nice. Where we're moving, it's got a big long driveway that we can stick the van at the back of. We can keep an eye on it, that sort of thing, even use it as a spare bedroom. But as I say, next year we're hoping to get away a bit more often. So stay safe everywhere, everyone. If you're into your motorhome and your camper vans, you know, I'm not going to preach to you, but I'd say, you know, stick with the restrictions. I'm sure it won't be long now till we can sort of officially get back on the road again and do everything legally, rather than sort of trying to hide away and go illegally between tiers and that sort of thing. I don't think the vaccination's going to be long, but I'm no expert. So stay safe, have a nice Christmas, and I'll see you again in the new year. Bye for now.